shit too. You know I was the one ever since my hair was me and my brothers be ballin' like all three. I can never leave my brother Mario Luke. I can't tell the weather, but I can feel it in the air, rain coming soon. Oh, they talking hot, cool, and more vibe. Making shower on the block, no shampoo to the metal.
What the heck is going on with y'all? It's your boy Heck, and I'm welcoming you back to the Wat.Da.Hecpodcast, where basketball is an art and the court is our campus. In this episode, we're going to go over Jimmy Butler's 38-point game in the play-in against the Memphis Grizzlies. All I gotta sit there and say is, I could not wait to do a Jimmy Butler film study because his impact since coming to the Warriors has been drastic, and he has helped Steph unlock another level to his game that we haven't seen since Kevin Durant. It's going to be interesting to go into detail about how Jimmy Butler is able to play with Steph and along with other star players. But hey, before we get started, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. With that, let's get it, man. Jimmy Butler is a 6'7" combo guard and a pitcher who can play the three, who plays like a two-way slasher. He's shown the ability to play extremely well out of the triple threat and has been a lead first step. And also, whenever he gets deep into the playoffs, he always turns it up a notch. Hence the moniker, Playoff Jimmy. He always has the sense of making the right basketball play and leading his team to win whatever team he's on. What are his strengths? Slashing. Jimmy Butler has the ability to get to the rim and finish around the rim and draw fouls, which is more important, throughout his whole entire career. This was actually a very big pickup for Golden State because before Jimmy Butler getting there, they was a bad free throw shooting team because Steph really is not really driving to the rim like that. Second, defense. Even though Jimmy Butler is in his mid-30s, he's always had the ability to defend. He even made 5 all-defensive teams in his prime. And third, and finally, Jimmy Butler is intangibles are through the roof. So to explain to y'all what are intangibles, your intangibles are the things that you see on the court, but it's hard to explain. Effort, hustle, and energy. What does that mean? Diving for loose balls. Always giving it your all no matter what, no matter how you're feeling. Understanding what the team needs and adapting your game to what they need. So for an example, even though Jimmy Butler scores average 17 points a game, he can go over 40 if he really wanted to. Or let's say the team is struggling on the glass this matchup, he'll sit there and grab 10 rebounds. Or if you need to sit there, him to guard their best player, he will guard their best player for 48 minutes. These are players on every single team you need. It's funny, you don't see how Jimmy Butler impacts the team until after he gets traded, unless he's not there. Now, what are his weaknesses? Jump shooting. Saying he can't shoot is being nice. As a Warrior, he's shooting 29% from the three-point line, to say the least. 2, ego. Jimmy Butler has had a problem with every single team that he was on. Whether it be Chicago, him and Fred Hoiberg had issues. Minnesota, he had a problem with Andrew Wiggins, Karl-Anthony Towns, and management because they refused to pay him. Philly, he had a problem with management because they felt that they said, can they control Jimmy Butler? Which is crazy to keep it 100 with you. And finally, he had a problem with the Miami Heat and said he lost his joy for basketball, showing up for team meetings because he was not happy in that situation. As I always tell you this, Jimmy Butler is a great player, but when you see all the past transgressions that he has, after a while, a lot of the coaches and a lot of players may not want to necessarily deal with that. Also, the Warriors have Draymond Green, who also can be volatile at times. But he's cost the Warriors 3 championships just by his personality. But hey, it's going to be interesting to see how well they run together. Finally, age. He's on the wrong side of 30. Because he's 35, he's not getting any younger. He lost a step. His durability is always going to be in question. And last but not least, he will always find himself getting hurt. Now, I'll say this. If Jimmy Butler plays the way I know that he can play, he makes this Warriors team 10 times better. Because the moment he set foot on this Warriors team, they went, for his first 16 games, they went 14-2 before Steph went down. It's because his impact is that drastic. And this was a team that had Andrew Wiggins, who was playing like the second best player in the NBA Finals, excuse me. But hey, man, got nothing more else to say? Let's get straight to the action. Jimmy Butler surveying the offense. Look how much space Zach Edey is giving Jimmy Butler. Yeah, we all know he can't shoot, but that is crazy. He's looking for the open read. He said, you know what, I'm shooting this. Disrespect going off too long. Good shot. Grabs the rebound. Pushes the ball up the court. He's slow trailing it. If Jimmy Butler was a shooter, he would shoot this. But it doesn't matter. He got Luke Kennard to commit. Jaren Jackson loses sight of the most important man, which is Gary Payton. Gary Payton times his cut. He cuts back door. Jimmy Butler gets the ball. You see how there's no close out here? He's not a shooter. We let him rock with this. Good shot. This is how we say working off the ball. So the first thing I want you to understand something is basketball is a contact sport. If your defender is getting handsy with you, you can knock his hands off and go back door because he's playing too close. So what Jimmy Butler's going to do is he's going to walk him left, then he's going to swipe his arm off and go back door for a wide open layup. Boom, got him. He's beat. Now Jaren Jackson reaching for the ball. Over commits. And what? So Jimmy Butler sets the screen on Pods. Draymond hits Pods. Pods can get back to Jimmy. Jimmy Butler hit 2 threes already at this point. But he could very easily sat there and shot this 3. But you know what? He's smart. He plays the game well. He plays the game the right way. He knows he's not a great 3-point shooter. So what he's going to do is he's going to look at the rim and blow right by Zach Edey. Goes. Look at the acceleration. Boop, boop, boop. And what? Now look at this bump right here. Get off me. Excuse me. Basketball's a physical game. Okay. What frustrates me about Zach Edey, even though he leads all rookies in rebounding, every single time he's on the court, he's target practice. And the part we call him lunch. That's the guy that you sit there and you see him on the court, you just fry him. You just sit there, whoever got the ball, you go in your bag and you attack him. Same here. He bowled right by Jimmy Butler. He creates contact. He misses the layup. Jimmy Butler's the first person to lay the shot as well, so he's gonna have his reaction time is gonna be a lot quicker than Edey's. Grabs the ball, puts it back in. Now, what I want you to start paying attention to is Jimmy Butler has his eyes up on the court. Ja Morant has to go guard Gary Payton. Jaren Jackson's originally supposed to be guarding Guy Santos, so the problem is Edey's been getting cooked through a game, so he has to help. So guess what? Jimmy Butler hits wide open in the run. And what? Whenever you're playing basketball, if you know how to move without the ball, you will always be a threat to score. Aldama is guarding responsible for Jimmy Butler, but he's peeking too much. See, as soon as Jimmy Butler sees Aldama turn his head, he cuts. Gets the ball. He goes to the 2-footer gather. He shows high. He throws on one side. And he's going to finish back to the left. The reason why he finishes back to his left hand, he understands that Jaren Jackson is on his right side, so if he goes with his right hand, it's getting punched. This right here is the reason why I be getting on players for not being able to finish with their left hand. Because this is a great layup. Situational awareness like that will be the difference between you getting a layup punched or 2 points. So Jimmy Butler is posting up, got the mismatch with Ja Morant on him, so we know Ja Morant can't guard him. Okay, bump. Jaren Jackson is creeping too much. Draymond sees that Jimmy Butler is drawing 2, so he cuts back door. Pass. What I say is, Draymond, you didn't make this layup, bro. But it doesn't matter. Jimmy Butler doesn't believe it's going in. He sees that he's missed it. Hustles, put back. The layup. Now, this is why Steph Curry is the best screen in the NBA right now. I know that's a wild take. Here's the thing. When Steph Curry sets a screen on you, you can't switch it. You have to fight through it. Because if you switch it, that means your big man is going to have to guard Steph. You do not want that matchup. So Scottie Pippen understands that. He doesn't want to switch on to Jimmy Butler, even though that's his responsibility. And even then, if he does switch on to Jimmy Butler, when Jimmy Butler goes through, Steph Curry has a wide open backdoor cut behind Edey. Pass, Galay. One thing I'm going to explain something to you about playing basketball. If you're in good shape, you will find easy buckets. So, 3-on-2, transition, Moses Moody attacks, goes to the cup. Notice how everybody's so focused on the ball, they forget about Jimmy Butler. Good dunk. This is great defense by Brandon Pozinski. He's being pesky, he's pressing the ball, making his man lose the ball. He sees Looney cut Bane off. He passes the ball to Jaren Jackson. Now, what Pods does a very good job of, and this is where you start to realize how defensive instincts work. He forces Jaren Jackson to do a spin move. Why is that very important? When you do a spin move, especially when you're getting pressed, it leads to easy steals because either A, your initial defender knows where the ball is going to go, or B, the help side defender is going to sit there, shoot it, and take the ball. You force him to spin. Jimmy Butler sees that Jaren Jackson doesn't even know where he's at. Chicken strips. This three was set up by Brandon Pazisky's cut. Brandon Pazisky cuts backdoor. Because he cuts backdoor, Edie, who's originally supposed to be guarding Gary Payton Jr., has to pick up here on pops. When Bainey sees that Edie's picking him up, he's supposed to peel off and get Gary Payton. He doesn't. It's a shoot around. Boom! Okay, now this is good action. So, what Jimmy Butler does is, because he sees Edie playing this far off of Draymond Green, what he's going to do, he's going to sit there, pass the ball to get it back over DHR. A dribble handoff. But, understanding Desmond Bane is cheating him, what he's going to do is he's going to attack like he's going right, and he's going to come back middle. Boy, that's a mistake. Gets to his body. Tough finish. Glad. This is a low post split. So what the Warriors like to do is you give an entry pass to the screen to Curry. And then they make actions off of that. So if Edie were to come up here and play up this high and guard Curry, Draymond Green has an open cut. But because whoever's guarding Curry, I think it's Scottie Pippen, doesn't do a good job of staying attached to Curry, that guy's a wide open three. That's the last person you want shooting it. Boom! Now this is called picking your spot. Okay, pick and roll. You got John on him. Push cross. Then gets to the spot. Gets on balance. Rises up. This may not be a Jimmy Butler clip, but this play was so crazy I had to go over this. John Morant has the ball. Gary Payton is guarding him. So what he's going to do is he's going to reject the screen. He's going to go downhill. He sees help late now. In all fairness, he's supposed to hit Jaren Jackson in the corner. But John Morant has the vision for spectacular. Because he has Jaren Jackson open in the corner, and he has, this is Scottie Pippen cutting back door. But instead, he's going to throw it off the glass. Because he knew he was in a bad position, he's going to throw it off the glass, be the first person to catch it. Hey, that won! So Jimmy Butler dropped 38 points. I mean, this game showed his impact clear as day. He knows how to cut off the ball. He knows how to get his own offense and find easy buckets. He knows how to get Steph Curry open. He understands how to play well in the system. A couple things to take away from this. One, do I believe Jimmy Butler can help them make it to the finals? He's gonna make the Warriors interesting. They're gonna still have to get to the Houston Rockets. They're gonna still have to go through Oklahoma City or Los Angeles, and they're gonna still have to go through the buzzsaw, which is either gonna be Boston or Cleveland. Two, honestly, Steph, the team is always that team and that core is always gonna be good as long as they don't implode on themselves. And three, I think this team is a dark horse because they've been there before. Them and the Lakers have been there before. So I really think it's gonna be interesting to see how far this team makes a push in the playoffs. But hey man, thank y'all for tuning into the What.Da.Hecpodcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the drill. We turn down.